Good evening from the newsroom. The news for this Monday, the 27th of May. It is in unity that the United Socialist Party will continue to exist for a long time, said the leader of the party, Dr. Patrick Emini, during a political rally in the eastern region of Mahé yesterday. Activists of the United Socialist Party participated in a political rally at the Ensopin district playing field. The gathering also coincided with the 60th anniversary of the creation of the party under different names, the SPUP, SPPF, Parti Pep, and today United Socialists or US. Several party officials and members addressed their supporters who came from all regions of Mahé, Pralin and La Digue. The subjects addressed by the various speakers focused mainly on the country's political and economic situation. Among the senior officials of the party who addressed the crowd were the leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Sébastien Pillet, and the party's Secretary General, Wallace Cosgrove. In his address, the party leader, Dr. Emini, promised activists that his party would work to improve the living conditions of all Seychellois. The Seychelles Postal Services has recently been alerted about fraudulent text messages being received by members of the public. These text messages are being sent from different international numbers and email accounts that are not related to the Seychelles Postal Services. The Seychelles Postal Services is reminding members of the public that it sends notifications only through its official channels. Members of the public are being strongly discouraged from submitting their personal information on the fraudulent links. President Wevon Kalawan has addressed the Commonwealth Ministers on health and climate change. President from Kalawan made its address through a special pre-recorded message on Saturday, the 27th of May, in Geneva, Switzerland. His address centered on how Seychelles is adapting to and mitigating the vagaries of climate change to ward off its impact on the health sector.
Unprecedented torrents of rain have poured onto my beloved Seychelles during the last 6 months, following a clearly visible trend of constant deluge. Neighborhoods have been flooded, homes and roads have been damaged, and lives have been disrupted and even lost. Ordinary citizens of Seychelles continue to witness violent ravages to our treasured coastlines and beaches as these God-given assets of ours are ripped apart and ripped away from us, rather mercilessly by the forces of the more and more violent waves. In Seychelles, the vagaries of climate change also disrupt agriculture significantly. When rain inundates our plains, farmers lose all their produce in seconds. Climate change also fouls navigation and fishing, thus constantly threatening all our food sources. We all agree that there cannot be health without food, and food without security. Seychelles' most critical bread and butter are tourism. And when the tourism industry is principally hinged on sand, sea, and sun, climate change will invariably disrupt it in ways that you can't even begin to imagine.
Vice President Ahmed Afif received a donation of 750,000 rupees this morning at State House for the new hospital. AMSA donated 500,000 rupees after pledging to donate 5 million in a fundraising gala. They also received 150,000 from Malu Seychelles and another 100,000 from Amazon Betting. The Vice President said that they appreciate these kind gestures. The community walk program is now launched on Pralin and La Digue. After its official launching on the 11th of this month on Mahé, attention is now on the inner islands, namely Pralin and La Digue. The Minister for Local Government and Community Affairs, Rosemary Waro, was on both islands, encouraging everyone to adopt a healthy lifestyle. The community walk program is part of the anti-obesity campaign launched in October last year. After launching the program, Minister Waro led a large group of both islands on their first community walk. 6 staff received their Long Service Award this weekend for serving up to 40 years at the SBC. Julian Auguste in TV production and Rogatien Daudet in technical operations have been at the SBC for 25 years. Willie Jacques, a journalist and now principal editor in the newsroom for 40 years. Jimmy Elizabeth in radio production and David Luis in technical operations have both clocked 35 years, and Flossie Julie, a senior admin officer who has worked with the news, current affairs and sports section for over 40 years. They each received a small gift from SBC's management in appreciation of the years they have dedicated to the corporation. Mukesh and Laura Valabji's lawyers are expected to have filed a no case to answer for both in the case of illegal arms possession and counter-terrorism against them. This means that these lawyers should submit documents stating that the prosecution has no basis for the case. Basile Waro, who represents Leslie Benoiton and Léopold Payette, was granted a further week for the same, and Joël Camille, who represents Frank Marie, was also granted another week for replies. The prosecution has 4 weeks, starting today, to peruse the defense documents and file replies. And with this, we end this news summary. We'll be back at 8 with the news in Creole. Have a very pleasant evening.